Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone else, welcome to the next match. It's going to be BABOS Gaming versus Cassie Esports here on Anubis.
Anubis of all things, and as I said, right, oh, oopsie.
Oh, straight away, Chaos. Leo's like, I have no chill. Gonna go in, dive head first, gets one kill before getting shut down. The Julie's gonna be too strong here, over towards the B side as they try to just push on through still. One of the last few players here alive. Does not get the peek in, gets the kill. A little bit faster on the draw. RCF though falls to Davin. This is not looking so good, but this is a confusing and crazy map. For these
Bomb
players.
is in no man's land.
Yeah, that is going to be very difficult for them to recover. We have to wait and see. Still, does manage to do a little bit of damage here. He has to get the skill versus Davin. Has to go in for the reload as well, as the player's going to be pushing, and he's got two of the CTs coming up behind him. I don't think he quite realizes how much danger he is in. Very low on the bullets. He is able to now back off thanks to his teammate. Actually going to be coming through. He has to get the kills. One is going to be chiming in, goes for the second one. Can't quite make it work. Ivan still, and now Yeps has to try and find his opponent. 40 seconds left on the clock. He's going to be creeping all the way up here. Headshot from behind. That was confusing, but you know what? Kind of what I expected here, Sam.
Thing, as I was saying, right, so we don't really know what to expect on this map, just because BABOS is a relatively unknown quantity. The map itself is brand new in the competitive pool, so very little experience on either side for these two teams. And I think that you can see that in the chaos that was that pistol round. I will say Kase had a really good recovery on that one. They were down quite heavily, but managed to bring it back, so props to them.
Oh, Davin does not hit that shot. That could be the difference maker here. The second one does land, but it was through the concrete wall there. Leo with the UMP. I am interested how they're going to play this. Going up in towards this connect position, going to be using a lot of utility here to try clearing this out. And if you're the CTs, you're going to be wanting to hold on to this spot over towards where A. We have seen that they have given up a lot of position here. A main being given up gives a lot of freedom of movement for the T side, but when you've only got pistols, there's only so much you can do. Unfortunately for BABOS, they have very little information to play off right now, aside from Melancholy sort of saying, yep, there's some utility here, bros. Fancy giving me a backup. It doesn't matter though, because it's going to be hit over towards the B site. First kill comes through, Zed goes down. Leo chimes in with another one of his own. Now let's try and find his second. Ivan does eventually fall. Mac 10 going to be picking up some extra cash as well. Keep in mind, obviously, UMPs, MP9s. Mac 10's going to be giving you a lot of money from each one of these kills. $600, which is a lot. Well, and only last one left alive. He might just be able to sneak his way down here. He'll be hiding in towards beach. They do find him, and the running and gunning from the Mac 10s are too strong.
You know, we question the ump, but I think when you're coming up against pistols, doesn't really make that much of a difference.
I don't question it.
Yeah,
I mean, I question it versus the Mac 10, but, you know, personal preference, I guess.
I suppose, fair enough. But we come into the third round. BABOS pulling out the AWP here. Risk looking to... I mean, he did a fairly good job with it on Inferno, particularly when they started with the double AWP setup towards the end. So hopefully he'll be able to get some better results with it this time around.
That nade was fantastic. Still all the way down to 47 HP, and they've not even faced each other yet. That's the kind of stuff you love. Decent amount of money in the bank here for Kase, but, you know, they've still got to build upon this going into the third round. If they lose too many, they're going to have to dig their heels in. Obviously, this is the bonus round for them, having won the first two rounds. Taverman's going to be the player holding on towards this connector position. Ivan up in towards mid. Technically double doors. It's double doors and also bridge, and well, Connect is going to be the first one to get hit. Leo does make quick work of an opponent with the UMP. Reload comes in from RCS just in time. Never mind. Zed gets a second kill, but now Risk is going to be the last player really deep in sight. Ivan going to be trying to back this up and push these players back down, but well, you see the bomb going down on towards the site. might just be able to back off here as well. Yepson's still going to be alive. But steps in. So peeking around the corner, the fire's going to be burning him alive. Managed to stay alive. Skin of his teeth, thanks to the smoke there. And that is indeed the third round on the board here, Sam. And that was a fantastic bonus round from them.
Yeah, I think they come out of that one looking pretty damn good. Babos definitely starting to feel the pressure a bit here. I think that this pick has definitely thrown them for a loop. And as we were saying, right, the strategy behind this for Kase, of course, knowing that while it might not necessarily be one of their best maps, they have been banning it out recently. They've probably done some work on it, and they've realized that taking a pug team, well, not a pug team, but a team that is less experienced onto a map like this, they're definitely going to have the upper hand. And that seems to be showing itself, you know, perfectly. So Babos now gonna have to get through this round. Try to keep it expensive.
Oh.
All right, that'll do.
Very nice from Zed. And yeah, like you said, the having more experience is going to be massively beneficial on this map. Even if you have never played it before, you're going to have a solid chance on this. And obviously, neither one of these teams have played this map before, so they've both got 100% win ratio, or well, neutrality on it, as it were, in official map pool anyway. And I think you mentioned that Carl had previously insta-banned it.
Yep.
When they last had a chance, so it's interesting to see it back in here. And we saw it yesterday get pretty much insta-banned both times by one of the teams, which does make sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's still early for teams to be comfortable on a map like this, unless they've literally spent their lives for the last few months stratting it. And I mean, that's why we see it in a place like Blast, right? You know, the tier 1 teams, they know the map's coming, so they know we got to put time in this. For teams that are still kind of getting to that level, that won't have a map pool that's quite as deep, you don't really expect them to be putting in that time because they're still trying to perfect the maps that they already have in their pool. So rather than take the gamble, just focus on what you know you're good at and...
I agree. Well, that is an AK recovered actually on the Babos side, so that's going to be really useful as they go through this. And they are going to be able to buy into this one, Sam. A little bit light on utility on 2 of their players. Never mind. Reach does eventually buy up, so never mind. Fairly good. One smoke on Ivan, but I don't think that really matters too much.
On Ivan this time around. We saw Reese cat it in the previous, like 2 rounds back. But I think Ivan obviously has historically, I say historically, on Inferno, Ivan had the off, so it was a bit of an interesting change up there. It was a strategic plan. It didn't really work out for them, if you look at the scoreboard. But maybe they can make something happen this time around. They've definitely got a lot more to work with at least, and trying to take some decent map control here, but Kase leaning towards that A site. Babos need to be quick to respond here. They're quite far away, and there's still reinforcements over towards that mid position, so if they get caught on the way in, you can see shots being fired, so positions and potential rotations are being given away. If they're not careful, could get caught out here.
Yeah, that A main position is pretty much the banana of this map, as it were. Oh, Honda's going to be playing aggressive down the bridge. Now making his way through double doors of area, and well, Reese is going to have to try and hold off against them momentarily. Smoke's going to be coming out from the off from Melancholy. Honda, meanwhile, in towards his mid position, does manage to find the kill, and that is pretty much map over. I don't think this is going to be recoverable for Babos' side. They may be able to get 1 or 2 kills here. Davin trying to find anything, but it's just not even worth it. Trying to take back over the A site, from my experience, which is obviously limited on this map, it's so costly, and they have very little money in the bank.
The level of closed off, I may get some hate for saying this, but it almost reminds me of Mirage. Not Mirage. Dust. I'm having the blondest moment of my entire life. It is Mirage. It is Mirage.
Okay.
Just one of those sites that can be very, very difficult to retake on because the avenues to get in are so small. Those corridors to get in onto the site can be locked down so easily. Your best bet is to try and stop a bomb from being planted there entirely.
Yeah, and some of the interesting ways I've seen that this sort of map get played is you realistically have 1 person over towards the A site initially, And you try to hold on towards that A main. As soon as you lose that A main position, which so far they've lost every single time because they've not really been trying to hold it, you really lose a lot of ability of being able to hold back against the opposition. And like you see, they are playing one person over towards A. Never mind, another one is following it up. Could make sense on this front. B is a lot harder to hold with only one person. A has got that possibility, and now we can see the aggression from them pushing in towards this position. Flash does come out. It does manage to connect a little bit on two of the players. Unfortunately for Melancholy, he is in a position that is very easily mollied, so they can just clear this out. It's very hard to hold on. You have to have the smokes and just play a little bit balls to the walls, as it were, on this front. Very interesting to see this game played. Nade's going to be coming out from Yeps. That could get the kill, but no. RCF had backed off just in time. Oh, Yeps making his way back up on towards upper here. T Heaven. Oh, Leo. He does get the kill. Did lose a lot of HP, though. Now you can see that they're looking to go from execution over towards this B site. There is a spot here where you can get pretty much all the smokes down you need towards this site from one spot. Found that out from a random player on Faceit who was like, just chuck me all your smokes, I'll do it for you. It's pretty crazy. It was like the day after the map came out. Oh, Davin is going to have to hold on to this. He's in a good position. Let's see if he's going to be able to do anything. Sitting in towards this sort of ninja spot. Going to have to work out for him. He goes over the shots, misses most of them. He's got very few bullets in the mag. 9. It doesn't matter though. Heels headshot, lost his life. Smoke goes out, trying to cover up that street position. This potentially should be this shut down, but there is a chance B is a map you can retake if you go down in towards that connect position or go through from behind. The issue with going in for this really far rotation is that you not only have to clean all these angles, you also have to travel a lot further than if you went through connector, which is a little bit more of a high risk, high reward. Now let's see what they're going to be able to do here. The Molotov goes down. It's now going to be completely pointless. Jeps are going to be in a good counter position as well. But the AWP is coming out. There's 2 of them, and they're going to be going hard. But Yeps, he's in a good position. Gets the first kill. Going in for the second one. He's done his job. No defuse here for BABOS, as they did not have a defuse kit on Melancholy.
It is heartbreaking for BABOS because it was so close. It was literally, and they played this round really well. They actually put a little bit more presence over towards A site, so they deny Kase from being able to take that. Have to relocate over towards the B site. They take down the AWPer and yoink the AWP. So now they have that double AWP that worked out so well for them on Inferno. You can see them investing into that again here because they know that it can work. But unfortunately, yeah, the time just runs down. And it's so sad because they made such good adaptations, and for it to end like that, you hate to see it.
Yeah, really well played on them side. This AWP has the work it does. Now back off. Give up that position. Yeah. You've done your job. Run for your lives. It is interesting to try and see how BABOS are going to adapt to this map. They must have pranked this map. It would be very stupid to not prank a map that is live in the pool. Especially if it's not an insta-ban. Another kill from Ivan. This double AWP setup is actually working fantastically.
Yeah.
Love to see
it. To a surprising degree. Yeah, not a lot of teams are brave enough to attempt it, but if you've got the individual skill...
What is he doing?
What?
He's just playing full aggressive. He's got that boomstick and is just pointing at the players and shooting like a pro. Zed. He's going to be playing aggressive as well. Catches them off guard. I'll say, acting a little bit confused, not understanding what has happened here. Ivan and Reese coming through for their team, getting 3 kills on the 2 different AWPs there. Absolutely beautiful.
I mean, this saying on Inferno, statistically, the BABOS players are really good, particularly in a 1-to-1 against the Kase players. So when you isolate them in a 1v1, and it happens pretty damn consistently, where BABOS finds themselves in a 1v1 versus one of the Kase players, and they win that duel. And if they can do that with a little bit more coordination, I think they start winning a lot more of these rounds.
Nade. Potentially a little bit more dangerous than it's worth. We shall see how it works out. Double AWP setup on this map. and what's even odder about it is that having one of the AWPs in that previous round, not this round, over towards A. Playing super aggressive. It's definitely very interesting. And I mean, this is kind of what actually happens. You just seen RCF chuck down that molly. That's a huge use of utility. It's worthwhile. You can tell that if they haven't made their way down into that position early on, you have to try and fight for that information. Now, Risk is going to be getting a couple players playing up against him, trying to back off, not quite realizing his footwork has to be slightly different here. He goes for the shot, misses, and now has to back off just in time. Smoke goes out. He does block it, but not enough. Secondary molly goes out, but over onto his teammate instead. And they still aim towards that position and get the headshot. I think his teammate was dead either way there, but that is going to be frustrating to look back on. A site has been taken over. I think at this point you can't really do too much. It's going to be super difficult. Like you said, these tight tunnels, unless you've got a full wraparound over the walls A main, it's going to be super difficult going for the retake, but they're going in for it nonetheless. 2 orcs and an AK, and still makes quick work of Davin. It's a little bit of a shame. Risk is not in a good position for this. He's missing his first shot, and now all they have to do is just go in for the double peek, and that's the mistake. He gets a double, a collateral, and a third is going to come out from Ivan. They may win this round, but can't say that's going to be expensive.
What? These AWPers are unreal. They are ballsy. There's literally zero chill. They will re-peak if you give them the opportunity. The fact that they're able to get 3 kills there, they keep that so expensive. And again, looking at the cash available, it didn't make the biggest difference in the world. But you know what? It's about the style points. It's about sending a message. Unfortunately, Kase Esports 1 point away from confirming the lead at the round. Oh, let's watch this again. That is tasty. Love to see it. 1 round away from confirming the lead, which is pretty rough for BABOS. You'd expect them to be doing a little bit better here. But they do have that double AWP still, and as we've seen, it can work incredibly well. They just need to hit those shots early. We saw a lot of missed shots at the start of the round, and it cost them dearly towards the end. It doesn't really help to get those exits when you've already lost the round. You need to be hitting those early on. Get yourself that man advantage.
Yeah, you mentioned about hitting harder shots. They missed the easier shots and then hit the harder ones. Now Ivan, he's going to be in a difficult spot. They're going to be here. He still hits. Leo, though, shoots past him. Hit Reese, who's the second AWP player. Now, another shot's coming through. This AWP player just going to be blowing the minds of his opposition. RCF going to be returning. Gets 1 kill, but Ivan, he's here. Shoots another one through the smoke, but doesn't get a kill. A1 comes out. Doesn't get a kill, but does damage. Davin going to have to go for the spray. Gets 1. Doesn't quite get the second one. Honda, though, collects on the kills. What a reign of just chaos. Ivan, though.
I'm an Ivan stan. I'm an Ivan stan. What an unbelievable performance in that round. Good grief. That was 3 kills in just that round. And I know that he got quite a few in the round before as well, you know, the rounds leading up. So he's just been an absolute monster. And this is what we were saying, right? Those AWPs can work, but Kase in this particular instance, they weren't going for... Oh. No. Okay, Ivan, you're being a little bit telegraphed.
Peeked into it. It's like, no, Ivan, you're done. Still wins that duel. Should not have been able to win that either.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, this is going to be playing a defensive position. He does fool, but that's a lot of info. That's 2 players' positions over towards the B site. So they're going to have to go in for the rotation. Risk is playing aggressive here with the AWP. They may well expect this to be held. There's going to be 3 of them going in for the push. Smoke is going to be coming through. Flash, rather. And, well, that's round. It's very unlikely that recovery is going to come out here. Davin is going to be trying, though. Going to get side stabbed in a couple of seconds. It's going to be here. Backstabbing onto Zed. Leo on the other side of the smoke, looking for his prey. Knows there's a player on the other side of it, but can't quite make it work. RCF, on the other hand, can. Spots him out, gets the kill. Oh, I thought he was going to pick up the opposition's AWP to slice his skins better.
I'm so feeling for BABOS at this point. Like, my heart goes out to them. Some of these, particularly these last 2 rounds, it's kind of felt like Kase have just gone, no. BABOS have 2 insane, like, rounds with insane shots, and then they win the second one, and Kase are just like, no. The aggression has kicked it up a few notches. Look at this! It's unreal!
Wow, okay. insane turn of events, but you know, this map is chaos. I said that I'm a chaos gremlin or goblin, whatever. And I mean, this map really fuels into that, especially with it just being a new one that people aren't quite used to. It's to be expected. And I'm excited to see how the metas develop. And if it's a double up setup on the CT side, I'm all here for that. I love it. Zed, he's got an AWP. He's not been playing with this in RCF. He's just wait. They've got time. They got 2 kills so early on. They're just like, cool. We'll just get more of a man advantage here on this server. Somehow this is just great. This is fantastic. I'll say picking this map. Brazilian players really proving their worth here.
So brutal though. Like this map is so painful. I know that Inferno, that second half was pretty rough to watch, but the first half was still, you know, pretty competitive. Excuse me. Oh, that's snuck up on me. We kind of spoke a little bit about how teams that are a little bit less experienced can struggle a bit on the CT side. That could be a little bit of what we're seeing here. Hopefully there'll be some kind of a resurgence on the T side. But again, you need to have some rounds to give yourself the opportunity to have a T side. And the way things are going now, Kase just not looking to allow that to happen.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, they need like to have like a slight chance. 4 rounds. They could do it with less, but even then, like 4 rounds is really pushing the boat out. 5 rounds, sure, that would really be, you know, giving them a little bit more of an edge, and that's the max that they can really go home with now. So we go into the 12th round here, Sam, and well, can't say I've been doing fantastic, but you know what, Babos, they've been doing good. Ivan, they've been doing good on the AWPs.
I mean, we got to give the credit where it's due, 100%. You know, Kase having a really good game for themselves. Oh, Zed. Oh, that's possibly should have gotten something done there. But a little unfortunate, not able to actually hit those shots. Doing some decent damage. Leo getting chunked down quite massively. That could at least give them some sort of opportunity later on in the round. And I'm a little impressed with how BAB have been able to like keep buying into these double ops. I know very often they're saved, or at least one of them is saved, but they've managed to just keep doing that. So quite interesting how they've managed to keep that economy going.
Yeah, somehow stringing those AWPs long. They're now down to 1 Sam. They've lost their power. Oh, still you have to hit those shots. I think it did like 1 point of damage to the wall there. Does return. David's going to be in a whole heap of trouble if he's not careful. Deal. Good management of bullets for Ivan. Return the firepower here. Let's manage to get the kill. Can't say just proven very versatile on this map. They go in for the attack over towards A, but they've actually double backed. Facing off over towards the B site where they would get in the plant. It is possible, and we have seen it from Babos, where they do get the retake over towards this site, but they usually already have been on the rotation. And now Honda's in a good counter position. Playing a little bit more aggressively. Melancholy does go down. I think this is it. You can't really play further into this. They're very slow to the draw, and there's not much they can do.
That double-digit mark up to 11 by the end of this round. I don't think that Babos really have a way back into this. I mean, even if they manage to win the next 4 rounds in a row, which would be pretty impressive in and of itself, but even if they manage to do that, 5 rounds into the next half, it would rely so heavily on the pistol, the bonus, and the force all going their way. And even then, it is a really, really tough ask at an 8-11 to build up that kind of momentum. I'm hoping, though. I've still got my fingers crossed. You know what? If nothing else, they're an incredibly fun team to watch. I've loved watching Ivan in particular. So, well, there you go. RCF deleted.
A little bit of revenge. Davin, though, is going to be deleted off the server. Followed up with the Zed, and well, he misses his first shot. Doesn't miss the second. Third one He makes it work as well. Now, fourth one has an opportunity to fall as it's Honda. He's going to be in a 1v3 situation, a clutch opportunity for him to prove himself and have a little bit of fun. Doesn't get the kill, though. Risk going huge, picks up a nice 3-piece.
We take that. There you go. One more round for themselves. Started off a little dicey. Okay, it started off with a fantastic kill in mid, and it feels like Ivan and RCF, that's kind of their, you know, constantly peeking out into mid. Who's going to win out the up battle this time? That time it was Ivan. And instantly Kase respond with 2 kills of their own, and it starts to look a little bit worrisome. But the bad players, they're good. They can recover if they have an opportunity, if they're not completely overwhelmed. Keep giving them those opportunities, we might see that comeback.
Well, comebacks are possible, but I think Kase are looking just too strong on this run. Let's see if they can, if BABOS can get any early kills. Doesn't seem to be the case on this front. Good second round on the board. Honda didn't really have too much of a chance on that front. He's going to be really having to push up against it there to make it work. So we'll see. Well, Honda, this is an interesting boost. Trying to get the early information, not going to happen. Ivan does manage to get this kill in towards the A main, trying to maintain some kind of control and focus. Davin, he's going to go for a bit of an exploratory mission. This is really good. The fact that BABOS were able to play a little bit more aggressive over towards the A site proved that they're able to hold it, and now they've got David coming up behind them. This is big. He's able to clear out a lot of this spot. The fact that there's still 2 players over towards B is a questionable move. Oh, please go for the knife. Ivan, that's your teammate. Now Melancholy's dead. Ivan, instead of, you know, potentially trying to help his teammate over towards the A site, ends up being a little bit too distracted. Leo gets the kill on the RCF there. And now they have to go for the retake here. Ivan, AWP, catches Leo off guard. The bomb does go down still. Was able to plant it. In the last few rounds here, one of the last few opportunities for rounds on the board here for BABOS. So Flasher goes out, but it's not going to take effect. Still is in a good position to try and get a kill, but he's going to potentially get overwhelmed. He finds that kill he needed to. Second one can't quite come through. RCF, the AWP gets one, but it's going to be all she wrote.
This as much as BABOS are having a really rough time of it on the scoreline, the rounds themselves have been crazy entertaining to watch. Some of these shots have just been absolutely nasty. This retake, it's just gross, man. BABOS they're really putting a lot of work and effort into this. You can see they want this. You can see how hard they're trying. It's fun to see. I'm glad that they're, you know, putting up a fight, and for them to be able to retake on the A site like that, really, really well played. Of course, Cassette didn't really have the time or the resources to set up a decent post plant, but still, props to Bab. You know, starting to see some shines of light here from them. If they can get these this next round, they might have some hope in the second half.
I said 4 rounds. If they get 4 rounds on the board and Kase drop the ball on their CT side, it could be something. Oh, Ivan playing up close and personal, but yeps! He had Ivan red, locks under his head, gets the shot off, and, well, unfortunately for this A site, they've not only lost an AWP, but also, well, their fragger. Risk is now not in that sort of real position to help out. Davin going for a little bit of an exploratory mission. He's not going to be allowed to push this time round. Had his nose stopped, never mind. Leo with the SG in his hands. Tried to aim down the scope, but wasn't fast enough. David, please, don't go over greedy. Greed, that's what you get. RCF able to make that first kill. Still going to be pushing on in, but Risk is there with the AWP. RCF has one of his own on the other side of the wall, but it's not really worth it. Nade comes out. Doesn't land to deal any damage, but Honda's made his way down mid. Looking to go in for a bit of a clothesline here. Stop the rotation from Zed and Co. Gets the first kill, and now this should be heard in red. Melancholy's in the wrong position. They push in for the aggressive play, and they get the kill. Now Risk is left in a 1v3. They know where he's at. They go for the plant. fairly safe. They have nothing to worry about. But Reachcast going for the play here. This is the last round of this half. We did start making jokes about, please, Babos, do something. And they tried.
Yeah.
It is
Valiant
super hard
effort.
map. Yeah, valiant effort to them. They try the best. Let's see if we can end this with a bang. We can, but unfortunately, the bang doesn't actually land.
Wasn't a big bang, it was a little bang.
Oh, and Honda swings on through, gets a drive-by, and that's going to be the end of the first half. So go grab some more popcorn or drinks and join us for the second half in a couple of moments.
Welcome back, everyone. We're now in the second half of Anubis, and this has been a very, very entertaining map to watch. I don't think we expected Anubis to come out this week, but we've been pleasantly surprised. Babos have been putting up quite a show for us. Their two AWPers have been trying their damnedest to keep them alive in this series, but Kase just will not allow it. 4 points for Kase to reach victory. Bab have an uphill battle.
There's a chance. I'd say it's very slim, but there's a chance here for Babos. They're going to be entering on through. Nice push through that mid spot, but Yeps is here. Read him like a book. Is he going to be able to pick up 2 kills for himself? We're going to be watching this dead body. Just who cares about the action? What's going on? Who knows? RCF managed to get another one to himself as well, and Risk seems to be the last one that left alive here. Unable to really do too much. This counter pushes, counter aggression from Carcier has been fantastic. Risk going to be trying his best.
So it was a very interesting position that body fell in, you know. It's all bent in all kinds of weird directions. I don't think your body's meant to bend that way, I'll be honest.
Well, this game is rated 18. I don't know what the rating is for this, but a little bit high. A little bit brutal. You can see that Carcer actually just allowed the aggression to happen. It was almost a little bit of a, tactical decision of like, okay, yeah, you know what? We don't actually even need to hold that mid position. We can let them funnel into one area and just slaughter them.
Yeah. It's definitely a risky play, but again, you're playing against a team that's a little bit less experienced. You know that you're going to be that little bit more coordinated. Use that to your advantage. Works out perfectly for them. And that's going to be that first pistol round. And I mean, we said it, right? Pistol bonus and force would be so important for Babos. And into this round, there's a bit of a force coming in here from them in terms of the pistols, but instantly just does not pay off. God damn.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of, upgraded pistols. Not quite a full force or anything, but Ivan able to make work with 1, but he's the last player left alive. 7 bullets in his magazine here. Doesn't manage to hit another shot. That's understandable. I think we're going to be seeing potentially the end come here, fairly quick series, which is unfortunate for Babos, but can't say that they, this is the end of the road for one of these teams. It has to be one of them, Sam.
Yeah. Unfortunate. We were kind of hoping that Babos would have an opportunity on their T side, maybe show some signs of life, a little bit of what we saw earlier on in Inferno, but given the low scoreline into the half, it was going to be a tough ask from start to finish. So with only 2 rounds left, potentially here, Babos could have a buy-in here, but lacking a bit in the... Oh. Okay, I mean, it pays off. It pays off. They're at the advantage.
That's pretty good. And you know what? 2 players over towards the A site. If they can find one of these, that would be absolutely brilliant. Ivan takes advantage of his position there. Gets a kill now. RCF is going to be doing a little bit of a exploratory mission himself. He doesn't take that first initial shot. He should have. He's the last one left alive. Paul Zed. His 6th sense told him to turn around. He doesn't know how close to death he was.
Oh.
Turn around.
Oh man! Yesterday was Atomic Kitten. Today it's Bonnie Tyler. I don't know what to do with you, man.
Every now and then.
No.
Yeah, well.
No. Well, I mean, Babos were able to get around on the board. Love to see that. They forced Kase down onto a very, very broken buy here. Honda still has... oh, that was disgusting. That was just absolutely nasty.
Oh, that flash was interesting. That was a little bit tasty there, Leo. Even managed to flash those in water. RCF was a little bit short, unable to hit those shots. One of the players without an upgraded weapon his teammates have got, though. Honda has got an upgraded gun. Still will slightly flash. That's unfortunately going to be screwing him over. He's here on streets. He's there to lay forever. Dead. His teammate could potentially go for a little bit of a backstab, though. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Honda takes care of business. 1, 2, 3. Can't count to it. Very similar here to Valve. Now Zed may well just be able to make this work. Yeps and Leo. They're going to be sneaking on in. That Deagle could make quick work of one of these players. Even a second one. Oh, he goes in for the peak. Leo just in time. He's going to be able to catch off one of the players. But Zed, even with low HP, catches one. All he needs is a single bullet here to kill. The outs, the flash does no job. I did think that little bump in the ground there, that little pillar was pointless, but now I know it's worth.
I mean, I didn't think that would block the flash. That was surprising. But hey, there you go, folks. A little bit of tech there if you weren't aware of it. You can, in fact, duck behind this little box and completely negate a flash. Look at that.
Oh.
That's insane. Okay, I get it now. I get it now. But that's a bit nutty. I mean, that would have been a perfect play from Kase as well if it actually worked out.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been very good. Either way, Flash is going to be coming out towards this mid position. It's going to be a barrage of USPs. Oh, Ivan, bro, enemies are down there. What are you doing? Please, not like this. He could end up getting burned alive. He killed himself in the fire.
It's really funny that his name is Ivan G and the I is a 1. I'm just saying. Putting that out there. I'm just saying, you know. It's telling, you know. It had to happen sometime or another.
Some at 1G. There you go. Classic reference.
Ivan 1G. Come on, Babos. They're doing a lot more on the T side than I expected them to be able to pull off. But of course, Kase buying in now as well. Strong weaponry available for them. I like that Babos have kept things dynamic as well. They don't want to be too telegraphed. That's been a problem, especially with new teams, where you're way too easy to read into. And they're trying to keep it dynamic. They're trying to keep it different from round to round. So far, it's working.
I mean, this is definitely a T-sided map.
Oh, yeah.
In a lot of regards, and so getting those 3 rounds on the board, sorry, not even 4, they didn't manage to get that one, was so crucial. All that extra damage is going to be big. An extra nade follows through, lands at the feet of Steel, and well, he's dropped out of contention. I don't think giving up that bridge position was very smart, but they are going to try going on over here towards this spot. You can see double smoke is going to be dropped over towards this player. This allows him to take up this spot and throw the smokes in for his teammates, rather than 2 other players having to take up positions. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to be pushing through. In case you didn't notice, the logos are fixed at the top of the border. Hope you guys enjoy that. Leo, one of the players who's been playing out of his mind. He's going to have an opportunity to shine, but only if Yeps leaves any alive. He's in a good position to try and get a couple of kills. Finds another one, but he's going to get traded out. Leo, like I said, it's his time to shine. He runs out of bullets with the A4 before get another kill. I can find one. The spray comes out from this player, though. Reeks is going to be here. Look at the chime in with a kill of his own. RCF is going to be coming up from behind, and Reeks has no idea where this player is, and this is where things get truly difficult. Is he going to be able to get the read on him? Is he going to be this spot in time? He misses the opportunity, gets sprayed out. Unfortunately, played out into the very open spot where it is impossible to get to cover in time.
Babos were on such a good potential streak, and it just gets handed back over. I say handed, I mean that was an attempt that was made, but unfortunately Kase just had the site most part locked down. We weren't expecting that many players to be holding down the A site, but that's how it ended up, and finding ourselves here on match point. Babos at least still able to buy in double AWP on their T side on the potentially final round. And we saw this on Inferno, not on their T side though. And it did work out, but again, that was on CT. This, and it's Davin with the AWP this time, not Ivan. So I'm not sure how this is actually going to go.
I don't think they really care too much. I think they want to test out a couple of bits. And Zed, well, he's going to be testing the limits. Honda going to be sent back to the factory, packed up and put away. And this aggression over the ace line has worked out fantastically, but Leo from the bridge position is able to get a kill. Heard those footsteps, followed up. That smoke, unfortunately, did not work out in their favor. Luckily, they had Melancholy down onto the site who can get the plant. RCF looking to go in for a little bit of a sneaky beaky peek here. Anyway, may well just be able to find a player if someone decides to play a little bit too eager. Ivan is his target, I'd imagine, on this front. They know that there's a player down on site. They have to. Melancholy, a little bit too slow to the reaction compared to RCF. They now know that an AWP is over there, though. Flash is going to be coming out, so the nades, but the shots ringing out. Quite true enough. He goes in with a second peek. Doesn't work out, but Reese with the AWP going to be coming in close and personal with Davin in tow. It's going to be an AWP battle off a duel rather, of the ages. And RCF has no time. And that's going to be the 7th round on the board here for the T side. No money in the bank, though. Very little. Oh!
Be nice to snatch that away from RCF, but not to be. So we can't say that came down to the double AWP. That definitely wasn't the decision maker, but it didn't turn out to be a detriment, and I think that that's definitely an important note to make. Oh, these next few rounds. They're going to be so interesting. Obviously, RCF having the AWP into this round shouldn't make the biggest difference in the world. For the most part, this is a pistol round. It's a full eco. It's a very little to work with.
RCF can get first kill. Never mind, shut down.
Nope.
It is instantly recovered, though, by Yeps. I'm not sure we've seen any of these other players really play with AWP, though. On the side of I'll see.
It was RCF on Inferno, but not on this.
Yeah. Oh, Melancholy. Oh, pistols. That should not happen. Don't push in there. Oh. Well, they're gonna get punished.
Kidding me. Not again. Not for the second map in a row.
This could be it, guys. Pistol round. Oh. Did hear the footsteps. He hasn't got zero utility. He just has to go and try, and he's going to be pushed against 2 of them. A pistol round, clutch win once again. 2nd map in the row, sending BABOS packing all the way back home.
Damn, that's got to hit your